Today's video is going to talk about mistakes women make when trying to embrace their femininity, when trying to develop their femininity, when going on a femininity journey, all things femininity. I have been talking about femininity for a few years now online, and years before that, I have mentored women in pageantry, and subcategory of that would be like helping them develop their femininity. And today I'm going to dive into some common mistakes that I see women make when it comes to embarking on their feminine journey. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cynthia. On this channel, from what you have already heard, we talk a lot about femininity and all things traditional womanhood as well as motherhood. Considering I talked about motherhood, I'm a full-time mother, so I know that the setting of like where I'm filming right now is a little weird with these stuffed animals, but I am here during my kids' nap in this corner, so I really appreciate the understanding of that, and I also appreciate your support by liking the videos that you enjoy on this channel, becoming a member of the channel if that's something you're interested in, and of course subscribing to my YouTube channel. So anyway, let's dive right into the topic about the mistakes that I see when it comes to women embracing their femininity. And this is for the woman out there who it doesn't really feel like femininity content or being more of a feminine woman is clicking. It feels as though there's something missing, like you don't quite get it, and you sort of start to feel like an outcast. I am here to tell you, and I have other content on this channel, such as my archetypes content, that you do belong in the femininity space. You do deserve to find peace in your femininity. That's going to look different for everybody, but these broad principles hopefully will help you reevaluate where you're coming up short when it comes to your femininity and what you can do to improve, to feel more comfortable, to feel more like your authentic self. Because I truly do believe that femininity is something that we can all embrace, and our modern culture pushes the femininity out of us just by nature of the way our societies, particularly in the West, are built. The first thing is understanding that femininity doesn't equal weakness. I've talked about this countless times on my channel, and I know at first glance many of you will say, like, of course I don't view femininity as weakness. Like, I'm on this channel listening to this video, consuming femininity content. Why would I be consuming this content if I thought that femininity was weakness? Of course I want to become more feminine, therefore, there's value in femininity. But what you have to ask yourself instead is authentically sit down and reflect on your reactions when you see other feminine women out there. Is your first instinct to think that she is dumb, or to not take her seriously, or have a little bit of jealousy? If you have any of these gut reactions, that means that you still have work to do when it comes to femininity and weakness. If you view motherhood as lesser than a career, of course you can be a career woman and a mother. That's not what I'm talking about here. If you view certain career paths or certain life choices that tend to more of a feminine nature, even certain careers such as in childcare, as lesser than more typically masculine fields, you might still be in a place where thinking that femininity is weakness. And if you have this underlying belief that femininity is weakness, you are going to find on your femininity journey, you're going to have something about yourself after you've embraced like looking more feminine, speaking more feminine, something being off. Humans are highly intelligent when it comes to like viewing situations or people as something just quite is weird about that person. And so that is the vibe that you're going to give off, regardless of the other work that you do in your femininity journey, if you view femininity as weakness. The second mistake, which I just touched on a little bit, is over focusing solely on the appearance. And I know on my channel, when I talk about this like deeper aspects of femininity, the views don't get as many clicks. Talking about what you can do physically to your body gets more clicks. It's just the way of the game because we are a society that wants quick fixes. We are a casual and sloppy society. We don't value hard work anymore. We value saying that we value hard work, but we don't actually value hard work anymore. Surface level things will, of course, get you reward, but the long-term reward of femininity is the impact that you have on the lives of other people, that you leave when you have gone. Developing qualities such as kindness, empathy, those are more valuable than what you wear, and it's going to outflow to what you wear, because if you are a kind person and you know at the end of the day that you have done your best connecting with those loved ones in your life, for example, you are going to better feel at ease in who you are, and therefore it's going to be so much easier to express yourself physically the way that you present yourself with dresses, makeup, etc. Third mistake that I've noticed is that people lose authenticity. I have even been guilty of that myself because I love seeking inspiration from other people, from Pinterest, from works of art, movies, and that is very important as a feminine woman. Women, we are so hypersensitive to beauty, and that's why stereotypically like cleaning a space has been associated with womanhood, because the act of taking care of our surroundings and surrounding ourselves with beauty is a highly feminine activity. But the thing is that if we don't have filters, for me, it's like limiting social media time. We could come like a carbon copy of whatever we see. This is why there's like this huge phenomenon of like, there's no such thing as unique beauty anymore because everybody's out there like chasing fillers, all that kind of thing in their face. And everybody starts to look the same with the same clothes. The reason why we remember highly feminine women is because they have their own touch, their own personality. And so that kind of trickles into the next point, which is comparing yourself to others. If you have a jealousy problem, like I mentioned in the first point, you really need to work on that. You have to genuinely understand that the success or like whatever it is that you're admiring in somebody else to the point of jealousy, jealousy is a feeling that is not going to improve your life at all. Life is unfair. Some people are more naturally beautiful than others, for example, more naturally talented. They have different circumstances. Everybody's life is unique. You are not adding any value to your life by being jealous and comparing yourself to somebody else. It is a wasted activity. So when you start to get those thoughts in your head pertaining to femininity and comparing yourself to other people, you need to remind yourself that comparison doesn't add any minutes into the time that you could be taking from those minutes to improve yourself. I know I sound a little bit like a Debbie Downer, negative Nancy, whatever type of expression you want to use, but in modern society, we kind of fall into this trap of like babying ourselves through our negative emotions, our negative tendencies. And so I'm here to give you a little bit of tough love that you have to nip your jealousy problem in the bud. And that kind of also leads into my next point, that I'm talking about femininity to gain something or to impress other people. My husband and I recently decided over the past year to 2 years that we would drastically share less of the successes in our lives. Before, we had noticed that we used to have this tendency to believe that other people were genuinely happy for us, because when other people share their wins with us, we are genuinely happy for them. But we had harsh realization that that is not always the case. So we decided to start doing things that we like without sharing at all. Of course, I'm on social media, so I do share more than the average person, but I have dramatically cut down on what I have shared. And the process of doing that has helped me really evaluate what are the feminine practices that I like to do for me. Now, this isn't saying that you shouldn't share on social media. I know some people are more extroverted and it brings them a lot of joy to do so. The point of this, which is tailored to my life specifically, is that everything I do for my femininity, besides having my YouTube channel to teach to all of you, if I didn't have this YouTube channel, I still would be doing it for me, because I went through that self-evaluation process, through that cutoff phase, to discover what practices I actually like to do for my femininity. Then lastly, I wanted to leave you with a little word of encouragement, another nugget of self-love, and that is to set boundaries, because femininity doesn't mean passiveness. I don't know if by this point, this video will be up before I put out my second archetypes video, but in that video, I talk about the angelic feminine woman and how for her, it's difficult to set boundaries because she just loves pleasing other people through her innocent nature. When it comes to femininity, you might notice that being more feminine will improve the joy that you have being with your kids or family gatherings or socializing with your friends, because you've taken up, for example, feminine hobbies like hosting or bringing more sensuality into your marriage. However, you have to be careful not to burn yourself out, not to get so involved in the excitement of going on a femininity journey that you say yes to everything. I, for example, have set boundaries in the friendships that I can nurture. And again, the social media that I engage with in an everyday basis. I do want to make every single person who messages me feel special by sending them a lengthy response. I do want to say yes to every social situation that my friends have. I do want to travel to see my family more often. I do want to nurture those relationships, but I know myself as more of an introverted person, I can't. So I set boundaries with myself and my time. And for you, this can extend even down to the more frivolous things, such as the boundaries of your wardrobe. In the summer, I like to exclusively wear dresses. The boundary that I set to not feel overwhelmed in doing that has been to have more so of a capsule wardrobe, to only have a handful of items that make it easy to pick out those items. Also mentioned countless times on my channel, shameless plug, go through my femininity playlist, but decision fatigue is a thing, especially as a woman. We see in modern culture when it comes to motherhood, for example, the mental load about the running to-do list in your mind. So setting boundaries for yourself is what you have to do as a feminine woman. You can't handle baking everything from scratch if you're a homemaker, or doing every craft possible with your kids. What's more important is your connection with your children. What's more important is getting a nourishing meal on the table. Set boundaries for yourself. Give yourself the structure so that your femininity can thrive with ease. So if you found this video helpful at all, or you enjoy the femininity content on my channel, please hit the like button, subscribe for more femininity content. My goal this year is to put a new video out every single week, so I appreciate so much your support. If you would like to take it a step further, you can become a member of my channel. Every dollar from that side of the channel goes directly back into producing better content on YouTube, and so it means so much to me, those of you who support the message that I have here. See you next time, lovely feminine friends. Bye-bye.